Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
All right. It's your girl Erica Vane back with another amazing All-American video. And in this video, we are going to talk about will Spencer and the Chargers throw their season. Child, episode 11 is the gift that keeps on giving. So much happened in that episode that I literally had to create separate videos to deep dive into all the major elements of that happened and that needs to be dealt with moving forward. If you haven't already, go and check out my episode 11 breakdown as well as the subsequent videos. Is Billy suffering from CTE? Should Olivia have stolen the body cam footage? Let's talk about Laura Baker. And okay, Grace and Carter are totally going to be a thing. In those videos, I literally break down all of what's happening with the body cam storyline and the potential conflict and consequences that are going to fall out now that Olivia has released the body cam footage of the Tamika murder, as well as I talk more about with Grace and Carter where they're going and what the writers have set us up for with that. And then also we know that coming up in episode 12, Billy's going to deal with his mental issues or his brain issues in reference to not being able to remember major events on his own. And I jump a little bit further into that and if it's CTE or if it's just some trauma surrounding his mother's death. So again, if you haven't already, check out all of those videos after this video because again, I go into so much depth about all of these major plot points that were placed in episode 11, and now we're just waiting for episode 12 so that we can get into it. Every video I just mentioned will be linked in the cards above and in the description box down below. Also, before I jump into this video, I want to say thank you guys so much. I love y'all to the moon and back. This morning, we reached 6,000 subscribers, and it is because of you amazing subbies who share my content, who engage constantly, and who just really, really enjoy the content that we're putting out, that we continue to grow the way that we do. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of my new subbies. I promise you are going to love it here, and I would love it if you could share the content with another All-American fan as well as someone interested in some hot television, film, or entertainment news. We got a little bit of a buffet going on and there's plenty to choose from with more on the way. Alright, so the part of the synopsis that we are talking about in this video is seeing everything going on, Spencer doesn't want to sit on the sidelines and ask something of his teammates that could jeopardize the rest of their season. Child, I'm not gonna lie, seeing this in the synopsis really sent me on a tailspin, and we don't really get a clear view of it in the trailer, but if you guys want to see what I've already said about this particular part, you can check out my episode 12 preview as well as my episode 12 synopsis breakdown. This really sent me into a tailspin because Spencer, you went back to Crenshaw to save the school by winning a championship. We have no time to forfeit. But before I go into all of my thoughts, I wanted to highlight a few of y'all's comments that you placed on some of my other videos. Timothy James says, Spencer's going to ask the team to forfeit a game, jeopardizing their playoff, but does anybody care? The whole Will Crenshaw make the playoffs plot is the weakest part of season 3. We got bigger fish to fry. And y'all can still get a scholarship without making the playoffs. I don't agree. I care. I really, really wanted Crenshaw to get a state title. With him returning and just showing the power within the hood and, just bringing glory back to this school in a way that could really put them on the map. So I was looking forward to this. I do agree with the part about this is the weakest part of the storyline. I definitely agree with that. And also, it's like a toss-up because Spencer has the blessing of being the 54th ranked player in the world as of last year before he got shot, right? Or in the country before he got shot. But for the other players, are you getting scouted if you are on a losing team? No. So they do need to make it to the playoffs because the further you make it in your season, the more likely there is for other college coaches to appear now because you're on a winning team. But thank you so much for your comment, Timothy. IU Music said Crenshaw made the playoffs if you saw the photos from yesterday. And they are referencing the promo photos released by the CW recently. And I think that the Road to Crenshaw photos are a little bit hard to decipher right now because you could use those if you're just trying to hype them up to like, yo, let's push for playoffs. We got one more game that we need to win and we'll be in the playoffs. Or you could use it after they have actually made it into the playoffs to be able to celebrate that. So I'm not necessarily sure. I honestly want to believe that they do make the playoffs. But again, I'm going to talk about that more after my last comment. And DeLorean Graham said, I think Spencer is going to ask his teammates to forfeit the game, and I can't wait to see the story with Billy because we don't know much about the story, and we know Billy and Carter has bad blood with each other. But we don't know the sequence of events. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, honestly, that they could forfeit the game because now with Grace and Carter potentially getting together and Billy deciding to look into what's going on with him and potentially figuring out that he did do what Carter said and then going to make amends and actually apologizing for it, then that could really take the option of South Crenshaw High being shut down off the table without the football team needing to win. So I can totally see like maybe they will forfeit a game in that regard because they don't necessarily need that anymore as the biggest stake to be able to save the school because it'll happen on the back end with the parents. But I don't understand how forfeiting the game will help Tamika or the cause in reference to this Black Lives Matter storyline. That is my biggest concern when I think about all of the conversation around them saying that he's going to take a knee, they're going to forfeit a game, they're going to back out of their position. Where they are where they stand, they have fought really hard to really pull themselves up out of their bootstraps. They have found, the new kicker in Nia Rivers. They have really fought tooth and nail to get to the place where they could actually be contenders for playoffs. So for it to end unceremoniously because of like in protest of the killing of this young woman, while I believe that it's important to make a statement about this young woman's death, I don't understand how forfeiting the high school team's game as well as their potential hopefuls in making it through state and really creating a legacy for themselves in reference to this season of their football career, how would that actually help the cause? And y'all can drop down in the comment section down below and tell me if you agree that them forfeiting would make sense for them being able to support this justice for Tamika or the Black Lives Matter storyline. I really want to know what y'all think because I don't understand how that would happen. Now, I do understand if they take a knee at the beginning. So if they go in the Colin Kaepernick route and they're just going to take a knee during the, anthem, or they're going to take a knee during a significant portion of the game, but not actually cost them the game, then 100% make your statement. But I don't understand how throwing this actual opportunity would benefit anyone, including Tamika. So I'm still very much so on the fence about it. Like the synopsis says that Spencer is going to ask them to do something that's going to compromise or could potentially cause problems for them with this season. And the only thing that I could think about with that would be them actually forfeiting the game because Crenshaw is in a place where they can't lose. Like we saw in last episode that Beverly actually lost the game, but they're still fine because they have been winning all season. The Crenshaw Chargers have not been winning all season. Their back is against the wall and they cannot afford to lose any more games. So that's the only thing that I could think of. I would also love for y'all to jump down in the comment section and tell me what other options could it be in reference to Spencer putting his team in a compromising position. All right, but now it's your turn. Those are my thoughts on will Spencer and the Chargers throw their season. Now I want to hear from you. Drop down in the comment section and tell me all your thoughts, questions, and theories. If you're new here, I'm Erica Vane and I post new All-American videos every day, sometimes twice a day, and you should really hit subscribe and join the tribe. I promise you're going to love it here. If you missed any of my All-American videos, you can check out my All About All-American playlist right here. Or if you're looking for a new television show to watch, I have 2 suggestions for you right here. I'll see you in my next amazing All-American video. Bye!